Now let's take a detour and look at functions. Now, functions are basically these reusable sections of code that we can use in order to participate in what we call modular programming in C, right? Now, when we talk about modular programming, we're basically referring to separating our code into independent modules, right? Now, basically, you can think about a module as a section of code or even an object that has an interface and an implementation, right? The interface is basically how we use that particular module, whereas the implementation is really the code that, handles the business logic for that particular module. So for example, if we were to look at our printf function, right? And our function can accept and what we call argument, right? And in this case, I am passing a string, right? We are looking at hello world, of course, with the backslash n, the new line escape sequence, right? Once we pass that into the printf function, right, it will basically spit that out onto the terminal, right? It will output those characters. And so the interface for printf basically says, hey, as long as you pass a string, right, into this function, I will take those values, the computer will take those values and output it onto the screen, right? That's the interface. It accepts a string, right, which is just a list of characters, as we know from before, and it outputs it into the terminal. Okay.